So I want to talk to you guys today about simple ways to become more happy, to become more involved with yourself, to become more conscious of things, and really just just live a better life. Honestly, it's simple little things that can go a very, very, very long way in life, and a lot of people, I don't understand why they don't realize this or see this or do it right away. It's kind of like I'm not really sure what is going. I feel that it's more of a mental aspect. It's more of a mind aspect. It's more of like I've said before, learning to flip a switch in your mind, learning to just essentially just let shit go and move forward in other ways. And I'll explain what I mean by that. And what I what I really care about the most, and what I am trying to do is to help people realize this, that anyone can do this stuff. Anyone can feel this way. Anyone can be like this. It doesn't take a lot to do. It really doesn't. And happiness isn't some huge thing to try to some obstacle to overcome. It's simple, very simple to achieve. And I feel a lot of people don't look for happiness, if that makes sense. They think they want to be happy, but they look for it in other ways. I used to think I had to have money to be happy, and then I got a ridiculous amount of money and was miserable. I was making so much money I didn't even know what the fuck to do with it, honestly, and I was miserable. I was more miserable then than I had ever been in my life. I thought um, I just thought me being the status figure around here, around this area, would make me happy. You know, this house, this car, this stuff. I thought that would make me happy, and it made me fucking miserable. It made me miserable, and I realized people put too much input and impact on what they think others want of them, and they perceive it that way. It's not even to say people expect this of you. People set expectations on themselves, and it follows a pattern and a cycle that is pretty dangerous. And I'm gonna really talk about this, and then later on in the video, I will talk about why our society is fucked the way it is, and I'll explain why. Why I don't feel that it's going to get any better anytime soon. It's really going to get worse. But the secrets to happiness is simple. Number one, and I mentioned this in another video if you guys have watched it, if you've not, but I'm going to talk about this more thoroughly here. Eating right. I know I mentioned that, so just eating right, and by eating right I mean vegetables, fruit, lean meats. Now, if you're a vegetarian, cut the lean meats out. If you're not into vegetables, you need to get your ass into some vegetables and fruits, because that is very important. Water is very, very important. You need water. Water, water, water. Swim as much as humanly possible. There is a connection between you and water. Now think about this. A body, on average, has around 70 to 72% water. That's what it's made up of, composed of. The earth is made of approximately 70 to 72% water. I don't believe in coincidences. So water is very, very, very important. Sunlight is very, very, very important. Go outside, get sunlight. If you're one of these people that just sit in an office all day, then get off work and come home and sit watching TV all day, or you're just sitting in a dark room all day because you're depressed, or whatever medicines they're giving you ain't working, switch to water, switch what you're eating, go outside. Trust me. Trust me. That's one thing. Physical activity is something you have to have. You cannot get your mind right without your body right. You have to get your body right and your mind right for them to flow together. It's just simple as that. So once you start doing these things, cut out negative people. Once you start cutting out those negative people and you stay positive and you get your mind to see things in a different light, don't ever think of anything negatively. I understand bad shit will happen in the world, right? Bad things will happen, but unless it's some horribly bad things, like such as just for example, your best friend died, your mom gets cancer, your whatever, Now that's some shit to get emotional about, right? But there's no need to look at and to be negative about. But there's no need outside of that to look at anything negative, because you control anything and everything. If you're freaking out and getting negative because of money or bills or some stupid shit like that, that's just materialistic things. Just have faith that it's out. No, I don't even want to say faith. Have faith in yourself that you can get your ass up and get it fixed. If it's to do with like a boyfriend or girlfriend, who fucking cares? There's other people out there. You just got comfortable with these people or that person. Change is scary, I get it, but look at it in a different light and it'll get better. Trust me. Just all these things that people look at negative. I mean, people look at the simplest thing in a negative light and then wonder why they're so fucking miserable. Like, there's no need in it. It's just so petty. It really is, man. Like, and I'm ashamed to be a part of that before. I'm ashamed to be a part of a lot of the shit I did before, like making fun of people and like trying to be super edgy for no reason. And I mean, there's no point in it. I mean, you look stupid at the end of the day. You look childish and silly, and you're not hurting anyone but yourself, really. And not only that, but the cutting out negative people. You need to, again, look at yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Own everything about yourself. The flaws, the insecurities, the doubts. Own it. Because you need that. That part of you needs to come out. Don't push that away. Stand up to it. Accept it. Embrace it. Prove that part of you wrong. That's what you need to do. Not try to push it away or try to be coddled or babied. And then, I mean, it's just, things will come into place just with doing that alone. But listen, guys, nature is very important. You need to get into nature. You need to meditate. I'm not saying meditate for hours. 10 minutes is all you need to do some meditation. Yoga is very important. These things, and they don't even take that much time, guys. Like, yoga 10 minutes, meditate 10 minutes. Find another physical activity you like, do it. Just eat those right foods, cut those negative people out. Have that talk with yourself, and I promise things will get better. I promise. Trust me. You don't need drugs. You don't need to go see a therapist that's just telling you shit that they've been told. And this is what I'm going to get into, a cycle. Now, I'm not saying therapists are not useful, counselors are not useful, because they are to certain people. But a huge majority of people that think they're depressed really are depressed, like I've said before, but it's only because they've got this mindset and they've accepted things and they're depressed. It's self-inflicted depression. Now, I think you would be very hard-pressed to find any legitimate therapist, counselor, anyone that would dispute that argument. There is things in your life that can lead you to depression if you don't take care of it. And foods is a big one. Inactivity is a big one. Being miserable at your job is a big one. I mean, all these things, and your mindset is a huge one, the way you look at things. I mean, these things are so easily fixable. And why people do not do this, I don't know. It's just like people get lazy. And this is what I truly believe. I believe every one of us has different parts inside our bodies, right? I'm not saying multiple personalities. I'm not saying any of that. That's just insane. I'm just saying everyone has multiple parts of them, right? You have this part of you that knows it's right to do this. Then you have a part of you that's saying, wait, hold on. Maybe we need to slow down and wait on that. Be a little bit more cautious about it. Then you have this part of you that's like, who gives a fuck about either one of you guys? I'm going to do this shit. Stuff like everyone has things like that inside them, and they need to get them to form together and balance out. And that's what I'm saying. When you have that guy that's like, the fuck are you talking about? You can't do that. You're not doing shit anyway. What the fuck do you mean? Don't tone him out. Bring him in. Bring him into it so you can prove him wrong, and then eventually that voice is going to turn into some other shit. You see what I'm saying? And it's balance is what it is. Some people will hear this and think I'm crazy. Some people will understand what I'm trying to say here. And it's really how you perceive it, But going back to these counselors, and why I feel that there is really no point in it to a vast majority of the population is because they don't really fully understand. Religion and science does not fully understand everything, guys. Like, religion, I don't even know what they think they know, but that's out the window. Science doesn't understand a huge majority of what they think they understand. And for examples, teachers, doctors, therapists, these people go to a school and get taught stuff that they know, or that they get taught stuff through books that these other people were taught years and years and years ago. These people don't change these books up that often. So these doctors in 2020 now almost are getting taught shit that doctors in 1970 were getting taught. Do you understand this? It's just a cycle. They get told the same thing. They go to school. They get told the same thing. Then they get out here and they're supposed to help 10, 15 people in a day. They can't really take the time to understand them. So they coddle them, give them some medication. You're going to be okay. It's fine. This is normal. You'll get through it. No, it's not fine. It's not okay. It's not normal. You need to change some shit up in your life. You need to have that talk with yourself is what you need to have. You don't need these pills they're giving you. You don't. Simple as that. You don't. And it's the same way with doctors and teachers. These teachers go to school, get taught shit that's not even true in history, that's been proven that did not happen. They're teaching kids the wrong way of doing things, and then it's just a cycle to where people don't question it and people accept it. Religion, education, history, science, all this. People do not question anything hardly anymore. They accept it. There's a very small percentage of people in this population that really try to understand things, that really try to get the concept behind things, the bigger picture, the deeper meanings in life. And it's very few and far in between. And I mean, I have, through whatever ways, I have thankfully been able to be one of those people that question things and understand things more clearly. Because I feel sorry for a lot of these people that just fall into this trap of the same cycle over and over, like thinking you have to do this to live a certain way, thinking you have to go to school and get this, and you have to go to school for longer to get a good job. Then you get through into this job and you're miserable as fuck. You're eating bad for you. You're on social media because you think you need, and then you're working these crazy hours because you think you need money to fit into the society, to buy things that you really don't need. It's just materialistic shit that's not going to make you happy. And then, not only that, but it's just the fact that it's just soul-sucking and miserable. You try to go on social media to impress people. Who are you trying to impress? I mean, does it make you happier to think that people are jealous of your life or think you're having a good life when you're not really having it? Think about how fucked that is. People spend too much time focused on things that are not really important, trying to impress people. Trying to wear certain clothes to impress people, trying to act certain ways to impress people, thinking that money is of any importance at all, thinking that, and I understand you have to pay bills, you have to have food, but aside from that, what do you really need in life? Huh? If you have electricity, you have food, you have shelter, you have clothing, what else do you need? Seriously, what else do you need to make you happy? Is a $2,000 computer going to help you? Is a $600 PlayStation 5 going to help you? Is a 70-inch TV going to make you feel better? Is a $100,000 car going to make you feel better? I don't think so. Them problems are still going to be there. So you need to fix that shit, because that's what matters, not any of this other shit. People put a band-aid on things. Think money can put a band-aid over it. Think materialistic things can put a band-aid over it. It's going to make them feel better, make them feel happier. That people think going out here and having sex with different people is going to give them some adrenaline rush and make them happy. People think people think a lot of shit. I just noticed that social media, man, is a huge fucking trap. Technology can be an amazing thing, but I feel 90% of us don't use it for anything amazing. We use it to stifle our growth and become zombies, basically. It's a trap, so all it is. It's a distraction, and people fall for it. If you're out here on social media trying to impress people and posting pictures of your food and, doctoring these pictures up to make you look better than you actually do and all this shit, and then posting it, and then you check your phone every 5 minutes to see if you got some likes and comments, you're addicted, man. That's the same as the drugs. You're addicted. Nobody uses technology, for the most part, the way it should be. And people have just fell out of touch with what really matters, and people fell out of touch with what reality truly is, with what life truly is about, and what happiness really is. People don't look for happiness, like I said. They look for other things and then wonder why they're not happy when they get it. Look for happiness and you will find happiness. But don't expect happiness to come to you in these other forms: popularity, money. I mean, it's just not going to happen. You have to be happy with yourself first, guys. If you're not happy with yourself, you're never going to be happy. And I'm going to have some more videos like this. I do have some videos about what I want to get more deep like that. What is reality? I want to talk about what reality and the purpose of life is. And that one's going to be, like I said, just give me a little bit, because I need some time with that one, because I don't know how I want to explain it. Because sometimes I get on here and I want to try to stick to certain things, and then I start talking about other things and I just start rambling a little. So I want to get that one down to a T, to where it's like, this is what you need to do, this is what it is, this is what it is, and explain it thoroughly, to where there's going to be there'll be questions, but there will be no doubt that I'm correct on this. Trust me, guys, a huge portion of the shit I tell you, and I'm going to tell you, is the truth. Eventually you'll see it. So just please trust me. I will not let you down.